This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Jalen Hurts, the rookies, Dallas Goedert working. Also, Isaiah Rodgers and Slay is upset, and I love it. Also, we got to talk about Jalyx Hunt. He looked good in that midnight green, but let's get straight into it. All right, man. So let's just talk about Jalyx Hunt a little bit. So he posted some pictures on his IG story in the midnight green, and man, that number, man, 58 just fits him. It gives me nostalgia. It reminds me of Trent Cole, and man, the more I watch his measurables, the more I watch him, the more I was starting to like him. Now, one of the things with him coming out of college is that yeah, he's somewhat of a shorter defensive end, but his wingspan is like 6'9". So he's like 6'3", 6'4", which is, pretty short for a defensive edge, but his wingspan make up for his height. And look, if Fangio put him in the right positions, I see why he catch pitch and stuff so easily. And as you guys seen the pictures, right, his like hands look like they're touching his knees without even bending. That is crazy. That is crazy. But some seeing him in that midnight green, like he fits in Philadelphia. Now, of course, the play and stuff got to come with it, but just seeing him in that Eagles green definitely look like he fit. I like when he's speaking everything. Like Jalyx Hunt is meant to be an Eagle, but again, it all got to show on the field. Got to show on the field, show who he is. I want to see what he do in training camp, because when we mention the edge rushers, a lot of people barely mention Jalyx Hunt because we just all think he's just going to be this project player. But when his opportunities come, he got to ball out. He definitely got to ball out. But man, them long arms, man. Them long arms. I see he's going to catch a lot of these offensive linemen and stuff off guard. I'm telling you. And just jumping up and tipping the ball, he's going to catch a lot of quarterbacks, offensive linemen, definitely off guard with his arms. So shout out to Jalyx Hunt, man. Thanks for that sneak peek. But that midnight green looked good on you, man. But speaking of sneak peeks and working and pictures, shout out to Coach Hurts. Who is Coach Hurts? Jalen Hurts' brother. Drop some photos, show us what the Jalen Hurts is up to during his off time. So during his off time, he's spending time with Johnny Wilson, Aya Smith, John Ross, Dallas Goedert, and more, man. Just putting in the work. So they was at Jalen Hurts old high school. These guys are working, preparing for camp. Camp is less than, yes, it is less than a week. It's only a couple days. I think Wednesday is the official start. It's the 23rd, but they don't really start practicing until the 24th when it's open. So maybe we get like some press conference and stuff. I don't know what we're going to get on the actual 23rd, but 24th is, yeah, it's time to lock in. It's time to grind, time to work. So again, man, it's good to see Jalen Hurts working with these dudes because he really don't have to. Jalen Hurts don't have to, especially like with Johnny Wilson and Nia Smith, because those two probably barely gonna be on the field. But it's good that he's trying to build the chemistry with those dudes, and even with like a John Ross, to see what they like, because you never know when your opportunity is going to come. You just never know. And I think Jalen Hurts think about the time when he started, when he was a rookie. Remember, it was Carson Wentz. He was working out with a couple guys, but Deshaun Jackson went to work out with Jalen Hurts. And even Deshaun Jackson admitted, like, yo, when I seen Jalen Hurts, like, I knew he was going to be the guy. He knew it. And Jalen Hurts ended up being the guy. And I guess Jalen Hurts took that type of mindset. Not saying like Johnny Wilson and these dudes going to take A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith's spot, but just that vet reaching out to him like, we going to work together. We're going to do these things together. And I think Jalen Hurts is taking that same mindset. Like, I mean, work with the young guys. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, he know those dudes. He know them. And Jalen Hurts and Dallas got a chemistry, have been off just a tad bit. So it's good to see them work as well. And I just can't wait, man. I really can't wait. Now it's like it's almost here. Now it's feel like it's slowed down, right? Remember back like in April and stuff, it felt like it was going quick, but now that we're here, it's like, just speed it up. Speed up, time. Please speed up. So again, these guys are working, and it's good to see. It's good to see that Jalen Hurts again putting in the work. Johnny Wilson, Anaya Smith, and they not just working out with anybody. They working out together, working out together. So I personally love it. All right, so let's talk about our cornerbacks. Our cornerbacks seem a little upset, in a good way. In a good way. So Isaiah Rodgers, we know. I just talked about him. We know that he got a come up story. He got a come up story starting from the draft, from the Colts, the gambling to the Eagles. People saying he might possibly get cut, this and that. And he posted something to his IG story saying, this comeback is personal. So Isaiah Rodgers is going into training camp, going into the season, taking this season very personal because he heard the chatter, he heard the noise. Isaiah Rodgers is really locked in into what's going on, as far as the social medias, who is speaking, who is talking down on his name, who's talking up on his name. So Isaiah Rodgers is really, really tuned in into what is going on, and he hear the chatter. He definitely hear the chatter, but now it's slowing down, saying he is the guy. He will ball out and he will do his thing. Now, as far as Darius Slay, so Darius Slay, he been laying back cool, calm, and collective. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people saying Darius Slay should be cut because they don't like him on a personal level, or like what he said on his podcast. The only thing I did not like when he said on his podcast is the physical thing. I won't go too far and say he was afraid to hit, but he said something in the matter of, and I'm just summing it up. Like, yeah, I want to be there for my kids, this and that. I don't want my teeth knocked out, this and that, and all that type of stuff. And I was like, man, but you in the NFL, like that's what comes with the game. That's why you get paid millions to possibly put your body on the line. And a lot of people took that the wrong way. A lot of people just simply didn't like his podcast in general. But he been laying low about that. But then we start bringing in new talent. A lot of people saying he should be traded. The only reason why I say that is because the young talent. I like Keely Ringo. I like Isaiah Rodgers. I like Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. I'm looking at it like somebody can be in that spot. But at the same time, I always say Darius Slay got one more good year in him, I believe. And I believe that'd be this year. He got one more like Pro Bowl year. And it's hard to just really give up on that to have a young guy play, whereas though their time will come the following season. A lot of us Eagles fans don't want to hear that. Look, Darius Slay still playing at the Pro Bowl level for one more good year. I think you got to hold on to that unless you really think like Quinyon is right there, or the Gene is right there, or Keely Ringo is right there. That's the only way you really let it go if they playing all on the same level. But we'll see. We'll see heading into camp. But and then it went into another layer because the NFL execs put out their top 10, in each position. Now, nobody on the defense, nobody on the defense made the top 10 in the NFL execs, positions, the cornerbacks, safeties, the defensive tackles, defensive ends, the linebackers. Now, you had Devin White get some votes. You had Darius Slay get some votes. You had Jalen Carter get honorable mention, and CJ Gardner-Johnson get honorable mention, which CJ Gardner-Johnson wasn't even on the team last year. So you can say that's more for the Lions, the honorable mention. But overall, the defense ain't getting no love. And what ESPN, the Zets and stuff are basically saying, Slay is not even a like top 15 or top 14 type cornerback, which is crazy. Even after last year, he was the only bright spot really on our defense. Him and Jalen Carter. Other guys start slowing down, like the Hassan Reddits and Jalen Carter's and stuff. But Darius Slay pretty much stayed consistent who he was from beginning to end. So I know it was hurtful to him. Like dang, I'm not even honorable mention, not even an honorable mention. And he tweeted out, noted. He got this noted because he's hearing the chatter. Football season is coming up. I've been seeing Darius Slay work and grind as well. The most I seen him post during the offseason. So Darius Slay, man, he hear it. And I think, again, these dudes are upset. Like Isaiah Rodgers had to, put out his tweet or his Instagram story. Then Darius Slay, see it, he see it. He definitely see it. So we got our corners upset, our linebackers. Hopefully they upset. I know Devin White got a lot to prove. So we got a lot of guys on the defensive side that got a lot to prove. And can Vic Fangio get the best out of these guys? I hope so. I hope so. Because if he can, yeah, the Eagles are going to be dangerous. We're going to be dangerous, man. So get the best out of these dudes, especially with Slade, this quote unquote being his last year. Get the best out of him because he got a lot to prove. They not even saying that boy top 15, man. What's going on, NFL execs? So look, just prove it on the field. Note it. I like the emoji. You ain't going on a long tweet rant or anything like that. Just note it. I like Isaiah Rodgers. Just post a little caption. I like this type of stuff. Get ready for that training camp. And hopefully the Eagles, we can have a great season. But hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? Jalen Hurts working out with the young guys. Also, Jalyx Hunt in the midnight green. And Isaiah Rodgers and Darius Slay upset. This is Eagle Al, man. Come up.